The Last Spy, The Order, Joe Ledger novels, Tempest, a bit of James Bond, streaming spy series, and more make up this episode of Spy Movie News. Hi, this is Dan from SpyMovieNavigator.com and our podcast show Cracking the Code of Spy Movies. Stick with us and you'll be in the know as to what is happening in the spy entertainment world. After a long wait because of the pandemic and all of the delays that the writer's strike caused in making new movies, we finally are back with the latest spy movie news. It's back! All right. We're glad things are happening again in the movie universe, especially in the spy movie world. We need to also acknowledge that the industry is changing, and many of the spy entertainment projects are coming to either streaming platforms or TV. So, we will be looking at all of these platforms as we go forward. So, let's get started with Kingsman 3. Kingsman 3 has no official release date because, well, they were supposed to start filming in 2024, but now that is delayed until 2025 because, as Matthew Vaughn said to Collider, quote, filming won't happen until 2025 at the earliest because Taron's bloody busy. Okay, there you go. Hey, we love the Kingsman series. We've got episodes out on the first two and the Kingsman as well. All right, The Union on Netflix has been released. This spy movie with Halle Berry, Mark Wahlberg, Dana Delaney, Mike Coulter, J.K. Simmons, and others released a couple of weeks ago on Netflix. We have watched it already, and we'll have a decoding session on it soon. My Spy, The Eternal City was released midsummer on Prime and is the sequel to the 2020 movie My Spy. It stars Dave Bautista and Chloe Coleman, along with Ken Jeong and Kristen Schaal. We have a full decoding session on this movie out on our Cracking the Code of Spy Movies podcast show. All right, let's look at some spy series before we get back to more spy movies because these are becoming more and more important in the spy entertainment world. Some of these are older and some are still creating new content, but often they're overlooked, so we will drop a few names of spy series here in case you are not aware yet. Cleo. Cleo is a Cold War espionage series about an East German spy who is released and then goes on a revenge mission. This is a German language series. The Americans. From the official show description, quote, co-starring Kerry Russell and Matthew Rhys, The Americans is a period drama about the complex marriage of two KGB spies posing as Americans in suburban Washington, D.C. during the Reagan administration. The arranged marriage of Philip and Elizabeth Jennings grows more passionate and genuine by the day. But as the pressures and demands of the job grow heavier, the personal toll becomes almost too exhausting to bear, especially when it comes to protecting their American-born children, Paige and Henry. They also face the risk of discovery by their friend and neighbor, FBI agent Stan Beeman, who is tasked with uncovering Soviet illegals hiding in plain sight. There were 6 seasons of The American through 2018, highly rated, but in a crowded TV field, there was no season 7. There are about 75 episodes. Slow Horses, man, this has got a lot of press. This is a solid show with 4 seasons just about done and a 5th season confirmed, starring Gary Oldman, who's fantastic always. How can you go wrong? As an aside, the title show, Slow Horses, is derived from Slough House, which is the name of the fictional MI5 branch, where those who are no longer needed who served in the MI5 branch, and many who are now outcasts, that's where they're sent to serve the remainder of their time with the service. Slow Horses, check it out. Another series, Tehran, is on Apple and is based on a Mossad agent behind enemy lines. Seasons 1 and 2 are in the bag. Season 3 is coming. All right, another one, The Old Man, on Hulu. Based on the book of the same name by Thomas Perry, 2017, it stars Jeff Bridges and John Lithgow. Season 1 in the bank. Season 2 just started its release cycle the week of September 9th, 2024. All right, Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Prime. From the Prime site, it says, quote, in this version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, 2 lonely strangers land jobs working for a mysterious spy agency that offers them a glorious life of espionage, world travel, and a dream brownstone in Manhattan. The catch? New identities in an arranged marriage as Mr. and Mrs. John and Jane Smith. Now hitched, John and Jane navigate a high-risk mission every week while also facing a new relationship milestone. Their complex cover story becomes even more complicated when they catch real feelings for each other. What's riskier, espionage or marriage? Stars Donald Glover and Maya Erskine. One season done, and a second season has been approved. The Bureau. All right, this is a French-language spy thriller, also known as Le Bureau de Légende. An American remake is supposedly in the works. It follows the internal bureau in France dealing with threats against France from any number of sources, etc. Generally, a well-received series. Here's another one, Treason, on Netflix. It's popular as well, starring Charlie Cox, Una Chaplin, and Olga Kurylenko. We know her. Cox plays Adam. 5 episodes released, starting in December 2022. Rumors were that there will be another season, but now it looks like no. John Wick's Stad Stahelski is to develop the Jonathan Marbury's Joe Ledger novels as a TV series. So, another espionage novel series is heading to the small screen. The Joe Ledger thriller series consists of 10 novels and various offshoots. Its protagonist, Joe Ledger, is a psychologically fractured Baltimore detective secretly recruited by the government to lead a new task force called the Department of Military Sciences to face off against terrorists using bleeding-edge science weapons. Along with his combat dog, Ghost, his team of Tier 1 special operators, and the resources of the mysterious Mr. Church, Joe faces off against the threats no other team can stop. We've seen a few of these spy novels to spy movies or TV quite often, and we think this will be a good one. All right, let's look at a Korean spy thriller, HARBIN, and it's going to be picked up for American release. Now, Korean spy thriller HARBIN is a spy movie based on events from the early 1900s when Japan forced Korea to agree to become a Japanese colony. As the story progresses, an assassination plot appears against the Japanese resident general of Korea. HARBIN is expected to be released in December 2024. Our next bit of spy entertainment is a documentary called The Last Spy. This documentary focuses on the now 102-year-old CIA spy Peter Scheil. It dives into the history of the CIA and the conflicts that we have today. The Last Spy is targeting an early 2025 release. The upcoming movie, The Order, is anticipating a limited release in the United States on December 6, 2024. This one stars Jude Law, who plays an FBI agent. His mission is to dismantle a terrorist cell. Jude Law will be presented the Golden Eye Award for his performance in this movie, as well as his career at the Zurich Film Festival. Cool. All right, series are ruling the industry now, so let's look at another series, Tempest. Tempest is a Korean spy drama. It's in production with an 8-part series expected in 2025. While production has started, they are still filling out the cast. This series will be released on Disney+. According to an article on whatsondisneyplus.com, here's a quote, Tempest is in modern-day South Korea and follows Sun Moon-ju, an excellent diplomat and former ambassador to the United States, and Sang-ho, an international special agent, as they uncover the truth behind a mysterious attack that threatens peace on the Korean peninsula. This new series will star 2 of Korea's top stars, including Jeon Ji-hyun, who plays the role of Seo Myun-ju, a diplomat who uses her sharp mind to investigate the cause of deadly terrorist attacks. She suddenly became a famous actress with the worldwide hit movie Mysterious Girlfriend. The role of Sang-ho, a mysterious investigator shrouded in secrecy, will be played by Kang Dong-hwan, a popular actor who used to be a model and is known as, quote, the man you want to have as your lover due to his handsome appearance, unquote. All right. We love that line about his appearance. This could be the one. We'll have to wait until next year to find out. Lioness. Fans of the series Lioness, hey, your wait for season 2 is almost over. They're still filming. But Paramount Plus has announced that season 2 will premiere with 2 episodes on October 27th, 2024. Coming up. Given that season 1 was Paramount Plus's most watched premiere on launch day, we weren't surprised when it was picked up for a second season. According to an article on Deadline.com, quote, in season 2, as the CIA's fight against terror moves closer to home, Joe, which is Zoe Saldana, and Caitlin, played by Nicole Kidman, and Brian, Michael Kelly, enlist a new Lioness operative to infiltrate a previously unknown threat. With pressure mounting from all sides, Jo is forced to confront the profound personal sacrifices she has made as the leader of the Lioness program. Unquote. So, this one's coming. Let us know what you think when you watch it. The Diplomat Season 2. The next series also has an October 2024 release on the 31st. We are talking about the Kerry Russell-led show, The Diplomat. Fans of the show remember what happened at the end of Season 1. We recommend you don't watch the trailer for this one, as it gives away a key plot point. Allison Janney is a new addition this season, playing Vice President Grace Penn. We're big fans of both Russell and Janney, so it will be them working together. In Season 2, Kate continues to look into the attack in London and an attack against a British aircraft carrier. But now she knows this was an attack from within the British government. James Bond fans will like to hear that Rory Kinnear will continue in his role as Prime Minister Trowbridge. Ocean's 14, is that real? Mike Fleming Jr. tells us that he thinks that Ocean's 14 may become a reality as the next installment of the franchise. He's hearing that George Clooney and Brad Pitt are returning, and they are trying to bring with them director Edward Berger. So, we're not sure if Mike is right, but if he is, this could be fun. We know that Warner Brothers and Smokehouse have been pushing doing an Ocean's 14, but we'll just have to see. Mutiny. Wait, is this a spy movie? The details are a bit light on this, but Lionsgate has signed both Jason Statham and Annabelle Wallis for the movie Mutiny. The tagline for this one is, quote, "In Mutiny, after his billionaire industrialist boss is murdered in front of him, Cole Reed is set up to take the fall for the crime, leaving him on the run as he works to uncover an international conspiracy," unquote. The thing is, that's all we have on this one. We don't know if Cole Reed is a spy or not, but the quote that he works to uncover an international conspiracy makes us think that he might be. Filming is supposed to start this fall, so we don't think it will be too long before we get more details on this one. Let's look at a South Indian spy movie, Goat. We've decoded a few Indian spy movies and like the different ways they are filmed. There is a definite style difference between the UK and the US spy movies and Indian spy movies. The latest Indian spy movie generating a buzz is AGS Entertainment's The Greatest of All Time, Goat. This one stars Joseph Vijay, who, if you don't know Indian spy movies, is a huge star. In fact, he's the highest paid actor in Tamil cinema. Vijay has the nickname Talapath, which means commander. This movie is getting even more buzz because there are rumors that this will be Vijay's last movie. Vijay plays Raw Agent, RAW. In case you don't know, RAW stands for the Indian Intelligence Agency Research and Analysis Wing. It is the Indian equivalent of MI6 or CIA and is used in most Indian spy movies. According to the CEO of China, Archana Kalpathy, there is a mission that goes wrong, and then, after many years, it comes back to haunt them. This movie has been released in 9 countries already this month and hasn't hit the UK or US screens yet. In most countries, it is called The Greatest of All Time. However, in others, it is called Goat. So, is that title in tribute to the actor or his character? We'll have to wait to find out. All right, let's move on to a couple of lighter and gossipy items. Yeah, we love this. We'll start by going back to the movie The Union. Why didn't they kiss? We mentioned earlier the movie The Union, starring Halle Berry and Mark Wahlberg. Well, they were supposed to have been an item at one time and sure seem to be getting there again. However, one question that fans have been asking is, why didn't they kiss? Oh, man. That's a great question, especially with their history. Well, the answer is pretty simple. Netflix wanted it that way. Remember that Netflix has been pushing out a lot of spy movies and series and hoping something will turn into a franchise, a la James Bond or Mission Impossible. So, according to what director Julian Farino told Variety, they wanted the fans to want more. Farino put it this way, quote, "We take the relationship to a certain place, and then I think you've got to leave a lot of space to go." Farino told Variety at the film's LA premiere on Monday night. Netflix always said to us at the beginning, you have to think of this as a possible 3-movie idea. So, if an audience comes out wanting a kiss, then we've probably done all right, in my opinion, unquote. So, assuming this gets picked up for 2 more movies, the kiss just had to wait. Oh my gosh. Yeah. All right. Is Barbara Broccoli giving us a clue as to where James Bond will go next? James Bond, we remember him. Barbara Broccoli attended the Coterie Gala dinner in Venice, supposedly with one of her goals being to drum up financing for Othello. This is a movie Daniel Craig is trying to get made. Oh my, Daniel Craig. Now, Deadline.com speculates that Broccoli could be using the next James Bond movie as a sweetener to get the investment. It's one of those, if you finance this project, we'll film some of the next Bond movie type deals. So this is a speculation, but it would help land Cater on the movie-making map. And finally, we come to our In Memoriam section, where we recognize spy movie talent who have passed on in the last month. So, In Memoriam, we'll start with the industry titan, James Earl Jones, who passed away on September 6th at the age of 93. Jones was probably best known for the voice of Darth Vader in the Star Wars franchise. He also voiced Mufasa in The Lion King and was the voice of CNN's This Is CNN drop-ins. Spy movie fans will remember him from the Agent X TV show and as Admiral Greer in the Tom Clancy movies Clear and Present Danger, Patriot Games, and The Hunt for Red October. James Earl Jones was nominated for Best Actor in a Leading Role Academy Award for his portrayal of Jack Jefferson in The Great White Hope, and he received an honorary Academy Award in 2012. He was not only a movie and TV actor, but an accomplished stage actor. In fact, he is one of the few actors to win the coveted EGOT, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. Mr. Jones received 4 Tony Award nominations for Best Actor in a Play. He won twice for The Great White Hope and August Wilson's Fences. He also received a special Tony Award for Lifetime Achievement in 2017. Tom saw him on Broadway playing Hope Colburn in Driving Miss Daisy with Vanessa Redgrave and Boyd Gaines. He said Jones was excellent in that role. J. Richard Monroe, former chairman and CEO of Time Incorporated, J. Richard Monroe, has also passed away at the age of 93. Mr. Monroe led Time Inc.'s merger with Warner Communications in 1989, a venture that took 2 years for him to design. Sergio Mendes, composer, arranger, and pianist. Sergio Mendes has passed away at 83. He recorded more than 35 albums and is an Oscar nominee for the song that he and John Legend collaborated on for the 2012 movie Rio. James Bond fans will remember him from his work in the music department of the movie Never Say Never Again. James Darren. Actor James Darren has died at the age of 88. Mr. Darren was probably best known as a teen idol for his Gidget movies. However, spy movie fans will recognize him as Spiros Papadimos in the great movie The Guns of Navarone. We have an episode on this movie and had great things to say of Mr. Darren's performance. Tony McFarr. Stuntman Tony McFarr passed away at the age of 47 of heart complications. He was Chris Pratt's stunt double in Jurassic World and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Spy TV fans will have seen his work on the TV series Burn Notice. Robert Weatherwax. Hollywood's animal trainer Robert Weatherwax has passed away at the age of 83. Mr. Weatherwax was the son of the co-creator of Lassie and has trained some of Hollywood's most famous movie dogs, including Einstein, the dog in Back to the Future. Spy movie fans will have seen his work in the 1983 movie The Osterman Weekend. Okay, that's a wrap. Spy Movie News is back. You're now caught up with all the spy movie news for the last month. This has been Dan from SpyMovieNavigator.com and our podcast show, Cracking the Code of Spy Movies. Please help us out and subscribe to our show through your favorite podcast app. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. Thanks.